this is an iHeart podcast. Guaranteed human.
Support for the show comes from Public, the investing platform for those who take it seriously. On Public, you can build a multi-asset portfolio of stocks, bonds, options, crypto, and now generated assets, which allow you to turn any idea into an investable index with AI. It all starts with your prompt. From renewable energy companies with high free cash flow to semiconductor suppliers growing revenue over 20% year over year, you can literally type any prompt and put the AI to work. It screens thousands of stocks, builds a one-of-a-kind index, and lets you backtest it against the S&P 500. Then you can invest in a few clicks. Generated assets are like ETFs with infinite possibilities, completely customizable and based on your thesis, not someone else's. Go to public.com/podcast and earn an uncapped 1% bonus when you transfer your portfolio. That's public.com/podcast. Paid for by Public Investing. Brokerage services by Open to the Public Investing Inc. Member FINRA and SIPC. Advisory services by Public Advisors LLC, SEC registered advisor. Generated assets is an interactive analysis tool. Output is for informational purposes only and is not an investment recommendation or advice. Complete disclosures available at public.com/disclosures.
Spring into deals at Lowe's. Shop select 1.5-gallon annuals hanging baskets, 2 for $15 for the perfect addition to Mom's Garden. Plus, get 3 free bags of Miracle-Gro 0.75 cubic foot garden soil when you buy 3. Our best lineup is here at Lowe's. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid through 5/6, excludes Alaska and Hawaii.
Visit your nearby Lowe's on East 17th Avenue in Hutchinson.
Do you want to find a stress-free way to buy your next car? Start at CarMax and shop your way. And if you want to browse with confidence, get pre-qualified online with no impact on your credit score and shop cars within your budget. From luxury cars to family rides, CarMax has options for almost every price range, including more than 25,000 cars priced under $25,000. So, hey, want to get started? Just head to CarMax.com for details and get pre-qualified today. Want to drive? CarMax.
This is Jana Kramer from Wind Down with Jana Kramer. Every Mother's Day, I tell myself I'm going to be more thoughtful than flowers because flowers are beautiful, but they don't last. In my house, everyone always ends up in the kitchen, friends, family, the kids, and I love having things around that spark conversation and feel special. That's why I love the Lennox Spice Village, and your mom will too. It's a set of 24 hand-painted little houses that are actually spice jars, and I swear people notice it the second they walk in. It's charming, it's nostalgic, and it somehow makes even everyday cooking feel a little more fun. And here's the best part. It actually gets used every day. Whether you're starting the full set or helping her complete one she's loved for years, there's a whole world of Spice Village to explore. This Mother's Day, give her something she'll treasure long after the card is put away. Trust me, once you see it, you'll want one too. Find the full collection at lennox.com/spicevillage.
I'm Dr. Terry Dubrow, and Heather Dubrow is not here this week. So this is just between me and you, okay? We're going to talk about all things plastic surgery. I have some questions from you guys that I want to answer. I'm going to give you my opinions because there's some super weird plastic surgery going on right now. Have you noticed, or is it just me? Or maybe it's my plastic surgery. Maybe I'm looking in the mirror too much. Oh, this is going to be good because I am my world's best audience because no one finds myself funnier than me. Let's be honest. All right. So people are asking me, what am I going to do for Mother's Day? Well, I can't tell you unless Heather doesn't see this till Mother's Day. I'm going to tell you anyway. Just don't tell her. Okay. So for Mother's Day, Heather, as America already knows, is like the greatest mother. Is she not? I mean, she's the greatest mother, greatest wife. It's just unbelievable. So the problem is nothing I really ever do is enough, okay, for her. I'm just kidding. Honey, I'm just kidding if you ever watch this. It was a joke. Seriously, just joking. But anyway, so the plan is you'd think that I would just like make a reservation, some fabulous Beverly Hills restaurant, organize the kids, have them all make sure they get cards signed saying wonderful things, and then like decorate the table. Doesn't that sound reasonable? Yeah, it does to me. I've never done that. I should do that. Every time I walk in with Heather on Mother's Day and the kids, I think to myself, oh, right, I should have decorated the table, made sure they all had cards. And this is not going to be fun. So I tend not to do that. But even when I've done it, truth be told, she sometimes doesn't really like the restaurant that I've chosen. So what I do is I'm sort of a positive thinker in that I think to myself, what would make me positively in favor of this restaurant? Ask Heather what restaurant she wants, right? So I usually ask her. She's not that happy that I've asked her because she wants me to arrange it, but she also wants me to read her mind. And so that's like not really possible. So what I've done this year is I said, where do you want to go for Mother's Day? And she goes, I don't know. It's too far away. And then 2 weeks goes by and I go, where do you want to go for Mother's Day? It's getting closer and closer. And if you don't like pick the restaurant with ample time, even with my connections, to be honest with you, you just don't get a good table or you don't get in at all. So this year I sort of gave her, well, what about Craig's? What about Beverly Hills Hotel? What about Bel Air Hotel? What about, Mr. Chow's? Okay, we're not going to Mr. Chow's, but that's where I'd like to go. And then she didn't let me know till days before. But luckily, she decided to go to Craig's, which is like my favorite restaurant in LA anyway. I'm not sure that it's really a Mother's Day type place because it's sort of LA cool, but that's where she wants to go. The kids love it there. So that's where we're going. In addition, I already bought her something. Okay. I bought her something mildly fabulous. She doesn't know what it is, but when I buy these things, there's this person that I have who is the salesperson at one of these fabulous stores. You've heard of them. It's not Chanel. It's not Louis Vuitton. It's not Dior, but it's the other one. Okay. I'll let you guess because I don't want her to know if she's going to listen to this before. So I say, hey, what do you have? Mother's Day, Heather Dubrow, make it fabulous. So she gives me all these options. Of course, she starts with the most expensive. It would never in a million years be chosen by me option. That's like as much as a private plane or something. I go, yeah, okay. All right. No, we're not spending $280,000 on Mother's Day. Take a few zeros off that. So she sends me another thing. And then another thing. And then she's sort of getting into the ballpark of not only the right price range, which I'll let you guess what that might be. By the way, what do you think is the price range of something I might get Heather's for Mother's Day? I'm not going to tell you. But I said, okay. And so she sends me these things, and it looks like every other thing that Heather has from this designer already anyway. And I say to her, I go, so does she have this? And she pauses, and then she goes, no. And to me, if you pause more than like 45 seconds when you're trying to tell me something, you don't know. Because I can tell you, she has had me get things for Heather. And Heather goes, oh, this is great, but I already have it. A total disaster. So what I'm hoping is this beautiful thing that I got is not something that Heather already has. Because I don't know. I have no idea. It all looks the same to me. Okay. It really does. And then unfortunately, what she used to do that was irritating me is she'd send me an email that was a receipt of my American Express card paying off the invoice for the Mother's Day gift. But she would almost always also CC Heather on that. So I said, if you don't stop CCing Heather every time I go to buy her something, I'm never buying something from you again. So she doesn't do that anymore. But unfortunately, she sends it. It gets dropped off in our lobby, and I'm at work all day. It gets dropped off from this place, and Heather sees it. So she already knows, oh, it's my Mother's Day gift. But sometimes that doesn't happen. Fortunately, that didn't actually happen this year. But what did happen is I saw it in the lobby of our apartment, which is on our actual apartment. Each one of these apartments has their own sort of lobby. The elevator only opens to our apartment. And I take this thing and I put it in my bathroom in the apartment. Heather and I have separate bathrooms, the secret to good marriage, by the way. And, Heather never walks into my bathroom, like never. Of course, she walked into my bathroom and she saw there was a gift from, she goes, oh, you got me a gift. So she already knows where it's coming from. All right. So I've already ruined that, but she doesn't know what it is. And I got it like 3 weeks ago. To be honest with you, I don't remember what it is either because all jewelry looks the same to me. And we'll see if she likes it. So we're going to Craig's, which she already knows. She already knows the place I got it from, but she has no idea what it is. So I've sort of preliminarily kind of ruined Mother's Day, but there you go. That's what I'm doing for Mother's Day. So, hopefully she'll like it.
Starting a GLP-1 weight loss journey, I fully support anyone who chooses this path, as I've seen my husband benefit greatly from it. Ro will make your GLP-1 journey simple. It's 100% online, so no in-person visits. You get access to clinically proven FDA-approved medications, plus a free insurance check up front, and you're not on your own. There's ongoing support for side effects, dosing, and progress along the way. It's not just treatment, it's guided, personalized care every step of the way. Ro offers the first FDA-approved GLP-1 pill for weight loss at the lowest cost around. The new GLP-1 pill has the same weight loss ingredient as the shot and packs comparable results to the shot. That's one daily pill for fewer cravings and feeling fuller with an innovative new formula. The new FDA-approved GLP-1 pill is available at $149 for the first dose, in addition to your Ro membership fee and $299 a month for the higher doses. The Ro Body membership includes access to FDA-approved GLP-1s, unlimited provider messaging, side effect management, and more, all for just $45 for your first month and $145 a month thereafter. The Ro membership fee excludes the cost of GLP-1 medication. In addition to the newly approved pill, Ro also offers a full suite of the most effective brand name FDA-approved GLP-1s, all at the lowest cost. Ro offers the lowest cost GLP-1s, whether you're using insurance or paying cash. After your first online visit, if you're eligible for treatment, you could expect to start your medication in less than a week if paying cash, or about 2 weeks if using insurance. Go to ro.co/between to see if you're eligible for the new GLP-1 pill on Ro. That's ro.co/between to get started on Ro. Go to ro.co/safety for box warning and full safety information about GLP-1 medication.
Support for the show comes from Public, the investing platform for those who take it seriously. On Public, you can build a multi-asset portfolio of stocks, bonds, options, crypto, and now generated assets, which allow you to turn any idea into an investable index with AI. It all starts with your prompt. From renewable energy companies with high free cash flow to semiconductor suppliers growing revenue over 20% year over year, you can literally type any prompt and put the AI to work. It screens thousands of stocks, builds a one-of-a-kind index, and lets you backtest it against the S&P 500. Then you can invest in a few clicks. Generated assets are like ETFs with infinite possibilities, completely customizable and based on your thesis, not someone else's. Go to public.com/podcast and earn an uncapped 1% bonus when you transfer your portfolio. That's public.com/podcast. Paid for by Public Investing. Brokerage services by Open to the Public Investing Inc. Member FINRA and SIPC. Advisory services by Public Advisors LLC, SEC registered advisor. Generated assets is an interactive analysis tool. Output is for informational purposes only and is not an investment recommendation or advice. Complete disclosures available at public.com/disclosures.
Hey everyone, it's Cal Penn. I'm the host of Earsay, the Audible and iHeart audiobook club. This week on the podcast, I am sitting down with Ray Porter, the narrator of Andy Weir's audiobook Project Hail Mary, massive sci-fi adventure about survival and science and what happens when you wake up alone very far from Earth.
I really had to make a decision because I caught myself getting that frog in my throat and starting to get teary as I'm narrating some of these sections. And it's like, okay, yo, is this indulgent? And I really thought about it. I was like, no, at this point, it would kind of be betraying the trust the author and the listener have in telling this story if I don't go through it. But there's places in this book that deeply emotionally affected me, and I left it on the mic.
That's great.
Because it served the story. People will say like, oh my God, I cried at the end. It's like, yeah, dude, me too.
Listen to Earsay, the Audible and iHeart audiobook club on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
This is Jana Kramer from Wind Down with Jana Kramer. Every Mother's Day, I tell myself I'm going to be more thoughtful than flowers because flowers are beautiful, but they don't last. In my house, everyone always ends up in the kitchen, friends, family, the kids, and I love having things around that spark conversation and feel special. That's why I love the Lennox Spice Village, and your mom will too. It's a set of 24 hand-painted little houses that are actually spice jars, and I swear people notice it the second they walk in. It's charming, it's nostalgic, and it somehow makes even everyday cooking feel a little more fun. And here's the best part. It actually gets used every day. Whether you're starting the full set or helping her complete one she's loved for years, there's a whole world of Spice Village to explore. This Mother's Day, give her something she'll treasure long after the card is put away. Trust me, once you see it, you'll want one too. Find the full collection at lennox.com/spicevillage.
I'm going to go over some of the headlines about what's happening in the world of health, wellness, and beauty and plastic surgery and comment on them. The first question I'm being asked is, no, it's a plastic surgery about celebrity question. All right, I will answer it in adjacency, okay? Because I don't rag on celebrities. I think celebrities are fabulous, okay? I think that you became a celebrity, particularly when you're this kind of A-list celebrity, because you're incredibly talented. So who am I, schlub like me, to put down this incredibly talented genius performer? But they're asking a lot, and I get asked about this in my practice all the time. What happened to Adam Levine? So the latest plastic surgery in a male that people are inquiring about is Adam Levine looks unrecognizable. And I'm looking at these photos from a recent red carpet appearance. And people want to know if it is plastic surgery. That's my ad. Is this filler, Botox, upper bleph, or facelift? Well, okay. So he does look, he looks like Adam Levine. He's still incredibly talented. He's a genius. I'm actually not into his music, but I sat next to him once on the floor of a Lakers game. I was right next to him. And by the way, if you want to know what it's like to sit on the floor courtside at the Lakers game, it's incredibly fabulous. And you've seen, the Kardashians and all the famous movie stars sit there. Number one, it's incredibly fabulous sitting there. Number two, it's incredibly uncomfortable. Weirdly, you are literally sitting on top of the person next to you, literally on top. It's like, if they made coach seats closer together, okay, than they already are. All right. That's what sitting courtside is at a Lakers game. Adam Levine, I can tell you, smells good. That's number one thing I've noticed. Number two, very fit. Oh, the other thing I want to tell you about sitting courtside at the LA Lakers game was that game was like the last game that Kobe Bryant played, like the last game. So it was a big deal. And I'm sitting there next to Adam Levine. And they all come out, the Lakers being introduced, and then they start warming up. Kobe walks by us, and I look at him, and Adam Levine looks at him, and Kobe walks over to me and goes, "Hey, man, how are you?" and gave me the knuckles right in front of Adam Levine. Okay, so, what can I tell you? All right, Kobe gave me the knuckles. All right, so that was cool. All right, so is this filler, Botox, upper bleph, or faces? Okay, so here's another example of a fabulous celebrity that I have no personal knowledge or not as to whether he's had anything done. He looks amazing. Okay, all the platitudes, all that stuff. But I must say, if he's had his upper eyelids done, whoever did it took too much upper eyelid skin. Now, that isn't to say he had his upper eyelids done for sure, because you can inject Botox in the depressor muscles of the brow. Okay, because every muscle, right? Every structure in your body that is guided by muscles has a lifter and a depressor. Every single one, right? There's always a levator ali nasi superioris and inferioris, one that pulls it up and one that pulls it down. So a brow position, if you inject it into the branches of the frontalis muscle that pull it up, it'll drop it with Botox because it's a paralyzed muscle. If you inject Botox, the paralytic agent, in the fibers that pull the brow down, it'll go up. So you've heard of a Botox brow lift, a chemical brow lift, okay? It's possible to inject me sort of right here underneath my brows and give me a brow lift and feminize me. It's possible. It'd be hard because I'm so incredibly masculine. So, no, I'm kidding about that. But it would not be easy because I have heavy brows and I'm sort of an older dude. Okay, I'm an old dude. Older is being a little too nice, isn't it? So he certainly could have this much upper eyelid exposure because he had a lot of Botox injected into his brow depressor muscles, elevating his brow, thus elevating the brow skin in his upper eyelids, hence exposing more of his upper eyelid platform, making him look the way he looks now. However, if I had to bet, and I don't bet, okay, I like Vegas one night. I can't stand gambling, not my thing. If I had to bet, I would bet that someone who looks like this had the same person who did all the other A-list female celebrities and again, took too much eyelid skin. It's like an epidemic of upper eyelid blepharoplasties in celebrity males where they're just taking too much skin, okay? That's not good. Let's just dial that back down, okay? All right. And then in terms of other parts of his face, you know, I mean, if he's had a facelift, you know, it was an extremely well executed facelift, consistent with the other A-list sort of female celebrities. But again, something that was done without reference to the fact that this is a guy, this is a male, and you better not change at all the way he looks, because if you do, he's going to look like plastic surgery. Okay. And the last thing you want to do is have a guy walking around with like a syringe hanging off his cheek. Okay. I'm not saying that's this situation with Adam Levine, but if that's what's going on, you know, that's what's going on. Okay. Next question. Kyle Richards' daughter, Sophia Umansky, who I've met, who's adorable and so nice, gets breast lift surgery after GLP-1 weight loss. Okay. Is this common? So, as you know, and as a physician certified by the American Board of Obesity Medicine, when you go on a GLP-1 drug, you lose weight, period, end of story. And I'm a huge fan of GLP-1 drugs, particularly the one that's about to come out from Eli Lilly called retatrutide. Now, some people say retatrutide. You're wrong. It's retatrutide. Just ask the CEO of Eli Lilly or a board-certified obesity medicine specialist like, you know, me. And it's amazing. It's basically Zepbound and Mounjaro, same drug, which is a GLP-1 drug, a GIP-1 drug, hormone, and a fat burner. It's going to be the next giant drug. It could be the first $1 trillion drug, and it's going to be incredible. So a lot of people are taking that, even though it's not legal, even though it's not FDA approved, even though the FDA has not passed it through all 3 phases of clinical trials yet, but pharmacies are compounding it. But I digress. If she's taking a GLP-1 drug and she's lost weight, it causes deflational changes all over your body, not the least of which is in the breasts. Some girls, okay, have more fat in their breasts than others. That has independent of whether you are overweight or not. Like you could take a girl who weighs 130 pounds, she's 5'5", and her best friend is 130 pounds and 5'5", okay? Girl number one has 75% of her breast volume is breast tissue and 25% is fat. Girl number two, just genetically, has 50% of her breast volume is breast tissue and 50% fat. The girl who has more breast fat is going to deflate more when they lose more weight. Makes sense, right? So it's very common to lose weight from a GLP-1 drug, have deflational changes in your breasts, and go into a plastic surgeon's office and want to lift. One little sort of micro detail that may or may not be interesting to some of you out there is that if you lose weight and your breasts get smaller and they deflate, but they don't droop, meaning the nipple and the areola don't actually descend and go lower, okay, then you have just deflation. A lift doesn't work for that. A small breast implant will restore the volume. It'll reinflate the deflational changes. However, if you've also not only deflated, but you've drooped where the nipple and the areola are below the breast crease, okay, then you need a lift. So you really only need a lift if you've had droopy breasts. In other words, if the nipple is low. And the bummer with that is the breast lift involves breast scars, whereas a breast implant involves a very hidden, barely perceptible scar. But don't let any plastic surgeon kid you. Every breast lift, even done by the best surgeons under the best circumstances, like, at 465 North Roxbury, Suite 902, my office, you're still going to see scars, okay? The best you can hope for is like the lines on your palm. They're never going to look any better than the lines of your palm. So if you don't want those noticeable lines on your breasts in the form of scars, do not have a breast lift, no matter what your plastic surgeon tells you. You can see them. The reason a facelift is kind of good in terms of scars is because they're geographically hidden, right? They're in, behind the ears, and they're sort of inside the ears and camouflage against the hairline. But a breast lift, if Sophia's doing it, which I have no idea, okay, if she's doing it, she has said to the doctor, I'm okay with scars. And I don't know, I think she's 24, 25, 26. I always look at a 24, 25, 26-year-old girl and go, okay, you can have a lift because your nipple is droopy. However, are you cool with breast scars? I actually say scars. In fact, I start with that because, if you're a good plastic surgeon, all right, you don't need to sort of sell patients, all right? They should almost need to sell you. So the first thing you should tell them is reasons not to do an operation, right? And the reason not to do an operation is always the biggest negative involved in a surgery, right? And the biggest negative involved in breast lift is scars. So if you're a young girl under 30 or single and you might be, self-conscious about having breast scars, if your nipple's a little low and your breasts are a little deflated, you have a little implant put in there. It can actually raise the nipple enough so that you get reinflation. It raises the nipple a bit or enough so that you really don't have any visible scar. And you got a little bit of a lift and you got reinflation. So that sometimes is the best thing. And by the way, if you're going to do, this is my opinion, every plastic surgeon feels differently, okay? So this is one plastic surgeon's opinion. Use Motiva implants, Motiva. They're the new implants. They're FDA approved. They have a very low encapsulation rate, which is the number one risk of breast augmentation, is scarring causing encapsulation and distortion. Okay, so that's that.
Support for the show comes from Public, the investing platform for those who take it seriously. On Public, you can build a multi-asset portfolio of stocks, bonds, options, crypto, and now generated assets, which allow you to turn any idea into an investable index with AI. It all starts with your prompt. From renewable energy companies with high free cash flow to semiconductor suppliers growing revenue over 20% year over year, you can literally type any prompt and put the AI to work. It screens thousands of stocks, builds a one-of-a-kind index, and lets you backtest it against the S&P 500. Then you can invest in a few clicks. Generated assets are like ETFs with infinite possibilities, completely customizable and based on your thesis, not someone else's. Go to public.com/podcast and earn an uncapped 1% bonus when you transfer your portfolio. That's public.com/podcast. Paid for by Public Investing. Brokerage services by Open to the Public Investing Inc. Member FINRA and SIPC. Advisory services by Public Advisors LLC, SEC registered advisor. Generated assets is an interactive analysis tool. Output is for informational purposes only and is not an investment recommendation or advice. Complete disclosures available at public.com/disclosures.
Hey everyone, it's Cal Penn. I'm the host of Earsay, the Audible and iHeart audiobook club. This week on the podcast, I am sitting down with Ray Porter, the narrator of Andy Weir's audiobook Project Hail Mary, massive sci-fi adventure about survival and science and what happens when you wake up alone very far from Earth.
I really had to make a decision because I caught myself getting that frog in my throat and starting to get teary as I'm narrating some of these sections. And it's like, okay, is this indulgent? And I really thought about it. I was like, no, at this point, it would kind of be betraying the trust the author and the listener have in telling this story if I don't go through it. But there's places in this book that deeply emotionally affected me. And I left it on the mic.
That's great.
Because it served the story. People will say like, oh my God, I cried at the end. It's like, yeah, dude, me too.
Listen to Earsay, the Audible and iHeart audiobook club on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
This is Jana Kramer from Wind Down with Jana Kramer. Every Mother's Day, I tell myself I'm going to be more thoughtful than flowers because flowers are beautiful, but they don't last. In my house, everyone always ends up in the kitchen, friends, family, the kids, and I love having things around that spark conversation and feel special. That's why I love the Lennox Spice Village, and your mom will too. It's a set of 24 hand-painted little houses that are actually spice jars, and I swear people notice it the second they walk in. It's charming, it's nostalgic, and it somehow makes even everyday cooking feel a little more fun. And here's the best part. It actually gets used every day. Whether you're starting the full set or helping her complete one she's loved for years, there's a whole world of Spice Village to explore. This Mother's Day, give her something she'll treasure long after the card is put away. Trust me, once you see it, you'll want one too. Find the full collection at lennox.com/spicevillage.
Garnier is proudly partnering with the National Park Foundation, the official nonprofit partner of the National Park Service. Garnier's support of the National Park Foundation's Service Corps program is enabling young adults and veterans to help care for and enhance the national parks that we all love. The National Park Foundation and Garnier are proud to support these individuals as they explore future careers, gain practical field skills, develop confidence as leaders, and help address priority projects across our national parks. Together, Garnier and the National Park Foundation are committed to a shared vision of preserving and protecting our most treasured places for future generations. Want to lend a hand? Explore Garnier's partnership with the National Park Foundation and learn how you can help support our national parks at garnierusa.com/NPF.
Next question. Oh, we're back to LeAnn Rimes reveals severe illness following controversy over viral deep jaw release video. Now, Dr. Schwartz and I, fabulous plastic surgeon from Dallas, talked about this video that we saw where this doctor, by the way, he's not a doctor. I'm not even sure he's a chiropractor. I don't know what he is, but he's not an MD or a DO or anything that you might consider, knowledgeable and certified. He does this thing where he goes in the back of people's mouths and near the TMJ joint, pushes incredibly hard on that area. And it's so amazingly painful that it sends people back to their childhood traumas. And as soon as he stops, they feel so much better and they're relieved and they cry. And it's like he solved every illness that they've ever had, both psychological and physical. It's BS. It's just BS. Okay. Doesn't work. Don't do it. So apparently she did it. We were very not happy about that. And it said that LeAnn Rimes had to cancel her upcoming concerts for unidentified health reasons. Yeah, it's probably recovering from that dumb procedure that she had from that guy to release her traumas in the back of her mouth. Okay. So she probably has PTSD from that. So I don't know. I don't know for sure because I have no personal information about it. But, if your doctor doesn't have hospital privileges to do a particular procedure on you, okay, if they haven't been vetted by a hospital and they're not credentialed, anybody, you know what the bad news is in this country? Virtually anybody can pretty much call themselves a doctor these days. And they do. A lot of people just say doctor. And by the way, it's a dead giveaway. If you're online and your name is Dr. Terry, okay, or Dr. Mike, well, that's not true. There's a really good looking, super smart MD named Dr. Mike, isn't there? No, not that trainer guy. I think there's he was like America's most eligible something. Okay, forget that guy. But most doctor, whatever. Oh, I know. If it's doctor, if I have an Instagram that says doctor, oh, by the way, I do have an Instagram that says Dr. DeBro. So maybe I'm not. No, but typically if you're Dr. whatever your last name and you never put Terry DeBro MD, it just always says Dr. DeBro, which is my Instagram. You're not a doctor. You're probably not a real doctor. How ironic is that I actually call myself Dr. DeBro and I'm criticizing, but most of the guys are chiropractors. So be afraid, be very afraid. Now, finally, there's a startling new plastic surgery trend called rib remodeling. Oh, this is a good one. Okay. So what these guys are doing is they're reshaping the ribs to make, to make the waist more narrow, look more narrow. The more remodeled and reshaped and removed ribs are, I mean, kind of the more Barbie doll feminizing it is to the body. You don't do it. The reason you have ribs, ladies and gentlemen, okay, is the same reason you have a skull. All right. It protects your brain from trauma. Well, what is under the ribs? The lungs, the heart, and what's called the whole mediastinum, which is the intrathoracic space, where all things like your aorta, the main blood vessel coming out of your heart, supplying your body with blood and oxygen, is located. All right. Don't remove your ribs. Don't remodel your ribs. And this is a good take home as well. There's only 2 or 3 guys. Actually, I only know of one guy, but I hear there's like 2 or 3 guys in the country who do this rib remodeling. If there is a procedure that only 2 or 3 guys do, is not a good procedure. Don't do it. All right. As soon as a procedure works, everybody learns how to do it, and everybody does it, and says that they know that their way of doing it is the best. Okay. That whole BS thing. All right. But if 2 or 3 guys are doing it, that means it's not necessarily something you ever want to sign up for. All right. And then finally, what I want to say is, I don't know if you guys have noticed, Kris Jenner did this whole thing. Kris Jenner is fabulous and she's beautiful and her family's amazing, truthfully. And if you ever get to meet them, they're really, for as successful as they are incredibly nice people. Okay. Kris Jenner came on and had her facelift, and it was fabulous. And the doctor who did her got all those accolades, and great for him. He's a good surgeon, no question about it. And then there's this whole thing about, oh my God, it fell. And she's really unhappy. I'm sure she isn't. Okay. That's the BS of social media. But then all plastic surgeons started fighting about a deep plane, which she didn't have, versus a SMAS facelift, versus this other facelift. Then finally, one of our major icons in plastic surgery did a review of this article that just came out in our major surgical journal, Plastic and Reconstructive Surgery, that said, this study has been done over the last 15 years, comparing the deep plane to the superficial, to the SMAS, to the this, to that. None of them last any longer. None of them are any better. So let's stop the BS about, I do the deep plane. That guy's facelift is no good because he only does the extended SMAS and he only does the They're all pretty much the same. All facelifts look amazing the first 6 months. They just do. Okay. And all facelifts settle in. All right. Kris Jenner still looks great. No, it doesn't look as good, maybe, I don't know, as it did the first month, but there isn't anybody's facelift that looks the same at 1 month than it does at 1 year. It's just not real. And then, a lot of people are filtering themselves. They're still doing it. I don't filter myself because, there's this expression, you can't shine it. So you can't really filter any of this to make this any better. Not that I've really tried because I don't really care, but there's no point. All right. And my wife never filters herself because my wife is, Heather Dubrow. She's fabulous. And she's beautiful. I love her. I miss you, honey. So anyway, that's my Between Me. I love you all. Next time you see us, you will see Between Us, me and the fabulous Heather Dubrow. She was busy doing, guess what she's doing? What do you think Heather Dubrow's doing right now? Something involving conflict and resolution. I'll let you figure it out. All right. So all of you, take care of yourself. If you have any other questions for me, and I will do another podcast with Dr. Robert Schwartz, fabulous surgeon from Dallas. Okay. Best breast doctor in Texas for sure. Send us in your questions. Put your comments down. Somebody will read them. I won't. But I appreciate all of you. So we'll see you next time.
I'm U.S. Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy.
The sound of a seatbelt
It's one of the most important sounds in our car. It means everyone is ready and everyone is safe. The more our kids see us put on our seatbelts, the more natural it is for them to put theirs on too. Make it a priority. Buckle up every time. Hear the sound? Make it a habit.
Paid for by NHTSA.
When Kohler, global design leader in luxurious kitchen and bath products, asked me to be their ambassador for timeless, elegant, durable cast iron, I said, I'm in. Soon after, I was in their Kohler, Wisconsin foundry, watching molten iron poured, enamel applied by hand, and the beautiful finished pieces ready to ship. Since 1883, Kohler cast iron has been crafted by incredible artisans, and seeing it firsthand gave me a whole new appreciation for their craftsmanship. Now, I'm proud to lend my stamp of approval to my favorite Kohler cast iron products for their durability, beauty, and enduring style. Shop my curated picks at Kohler.com. As the Kohler cast iron ambassador, I say, long live cast iron.
Hey, did you know Dietz & Watson has been family-owned for over 85 years? To us, that means it's more than a business. It's personal. We make our premium meats and cheeses the right way, even if it's slower or inconvenient or hard, because that's how you get the highest quality. If it's not good enough for our family, it's not good enough for yours. And while others cut corners, we keep raising the bar. So if you see the Dietz & Watson name, you'll know every slice has my family's seal of approval. Dietz & Watson, it's a family thing since 1939.
Lots of places can expose you to identity theft. That's why LifeLock monitors hundreds of millions of data points a second for threats to your identity, which is way more than anyone can do on their own. If we find anything suspicious, like new loans or changes to your financial accounts, we alert you right away, all through text, phone, email, or the LifeLock app. Save up to 40% your first year. Visit lifelock.com/iHeart. Terms apply.
This is an iHeart podcast. Guaranteed human.